Heavenly gifts. Jesus explains the material and spiritual inflation. May 16th, 1847. Jesus reveals through Jakob Lorber in Heavenly Gifts, Volume 2. So, write a word about the current inflation of the material groceries. See, throughout all times in the world it was so, and will remain so, that the material groceries always keep pace with the spiritual. The Israelites were often punished with malformation, inflation, famine, and pestilence when their hearts and minds departed from me and turned to other gods. In today's idolatrous countries prevail more or less hardship and pestilence. Why is that? Because of the absence of my spirit. For as long as the people of the various sects in the Christian Europe cared more about me and strived for my spirit, there were large amounts of angels among them. As a result, not only the people were blessed, but the soil as well, so that it always delivered abundant harvests. But this harvesting awoke nothing but industrial thoughts in the peoples, and the thoughts about me decreased. Instead of filling the earth with true spiritual scriptures, which have started to become more and more prescribed by Rome, as well as by the lower state policy, having even been forbidden due to being considered heretical, they have now cluttered the world with useless and empty magazines, as well as with other writings. Relics are displayed, and pilgrimages are decreed once again, and religious orders and other such abominations are founded again. As a result of the preceding and ever-increasing inflation of the spiritual food, a great famine has occurred for the spirit. The angels have withdrawn more and more from the earth, because the ever-increasing darkness on earth no longer appeals to them, and they are not at all attracted by the harlotry of the people, especially the Romans. So it is easy to understand that on account of the ever-increasing lack of heavenly workers, the soil must, in the same proportion, give meager harvests of one or the other kind of fruit. Last year I have smitten a bit more than half of all potatoes here and there. And look, nearly all of Europe groans. But what would happen if I were to smite not only the potatoes, but also the grain, the corn and the barley, and probably also will smite, if humanity will continue in their pursuit of darkness, adultery, fornication, and all kind of industry, and forgets about me even more? Then you will read and hear about the greatest sorrow, distress, and deepest misery, whereupon your hair will stand on end. I indeed wanted to let cholera come to Europe, but I regretted it, because I discovered quite a few benefactors among some people. But at the same time, I discovered an even greater number of usurers, rising directly from hell, which dwells within them in full measure. These devils, being still in human larvae, must feel my punishing rod according to their iniquities. Hence, all sorts of evils shall creep up on the earth now, one after the other. Until this brood is destroyed, and it becomes brighter on this earth again, I will not bless the soil, except locally, and only there where people live who truly carry me within their hearts, and believe that I am with them, and am well able to also sustain and nourish them with a few breads only. Therefore, do not fear this time either. If you truly trust in me, you will never go hungry. If you have only little, I will bless the little, and nonetheless, there will be a great abundance for you. But if you, in the awareness of my blessing, would still worry and take care yourself and ask, what will we eat and what will we wear? Then I would let you worry, and withdraw a little, and take away my poor, but yet very rich servant and brother from you. Then provide yourself with 100 dry measures of flour and all kinds of edible things, and you will still hunger, as if you hadn't eaten anything for weeks. Because like everywhere, everything hinges on my blessing here as well. Therefore, keep trusting in me completely. May the time be whatever it wants to be. I will nonetheless never leave you, and you shall not go hungry, neither spiritually nor physically. And even if the servant went away, I will still bless and be with you, as long as you behave according to this word. So mind you, don't worry, don't be afraid, and don't grieve for as long as I am with you. Nothing will happen to you. You must not be depressed, sad, or afraid, for that would be a figurehead of the heart, which would say, "Behold, the Lord is very much here, but he is sleeping and doesn't want to help us." So, get rid of this figurehead as well, because where I am, there must be joy and complete, most blissful submission into my will, and not fear, faint-heartedness, and sadness. Then I also rule mightily in such a heart and house. Amen. This say I, your God, Lord and Father, who blesses you all. Amen.